Now, how does ABC work? There is this ABC ID of the student. There is a higher education institution. Then mark sheet processing, ABC credit repository, and ABC student account. Now, the higher education institution captures the ABC ID of the student, and then there is that is individually each student becomes a data folder. Each student ABC ID is captured, and for each of the ABC ID, the higher education institution needs to prepare a mark sheet with all the credits. And then the mark sheets are, uploaded on the ABC portal, the repository, and the credits earned are credited to the student's ABC account, so that the student is able to keep track is able to keep. Now, this is how the process of credit student registration and credit transfer happens. Now, first is the process of registration, where the student registers through mobile number through DigiLocker. Now, the registration in DigiLocker can happen with or without the Aadhaar card. Although this entire process of ABC is a little difficult for students, foreign students, but then NRI students can register in DigiLocker without the Aadhaar. So first you have the student registration through mobile number in DigiLocker. Then a unique ABC ID is allotted after the ABC ID is created. And this ABC ID is shared with all the higher education institutions where a student wishes to enroll. Then you have the login process, where a student logs in with OTP from the registered mobile number, and the student can access the ABC dashboard. So since it is a distinct, unique number and it is OTP driven, so the student can access the ABC dashboard to keep track of the credit trails that he has got. And the credits mapped to ABC is displayed on the dashboard. So the student can see the credits that he or she has gained and keep track of the credits. And then we have the invitation for transfer of credits. A student selects credits of choice and then initiates transfer by selecting a beneficiary institution. Suppose a student wants to earn some credits from another institution. He sends the invite and initiates the transfer and provides the ABC number even to that institution. Then the process of credit transfer happens, where the higher education institution checks the eligibility of the transfer as per the UGC guidelines. And then the higher education institution either accepts or rejects the credit transfer request partially or fully based on the credit structure. In the sense that if they do not fulfill the eligibility criterion, then it can be put on hold and the request is declined. And also very promptly, there is a reason for both approval and rejection that is provided. Then the student can check the request status, gets the notification of credit transfer, and all the credit trails are maintained and reflected in the student's account, where a student is able to see the credit mapping and the updation of credits from time to time. Okay. Now, just to quickly tell you about quickly take you through the DigiLocker registration process, which is the first step in the creation of ABC. You need to visit the official website of DigiLocker and enter your mobile number, wherein an OTP would be generated. This has to be the registered mobile number, and the OTP would be generated. And once the OTP is created, you click on verify and set up your user name and password. And then the Aadhaar number can be verified, either choosing the OTP option or the fingerprint option, and then you click close. with the Aadhaar number, if the student chooses to select use OTP, then the Aadhaar number needs to be entered and click on the submit button. An OTP would be sent to the Aadhaar registered mobile number and enter the OTP. The student needs to enter the OTP and select the validate OTP button. Once the OTP is successfully validated, the DigiLocker registration process is completed. In case it is fingerprint option, then the student clicks on it and print thumb with the fingerprint device. And if the fingerprints are found to be valid, then it completes the process. In case the student is going for registration without the Aadhaar, then the DigiLocker registration would happen without the Aadhaar number. The student visits the official DigiLocker website and enters the registered mobile number. This can be done through the mobile number without the Aadhaar. Only thing is, the OTP is generated on the registered mobile number, and in the option, the student needs to click don't have Aadhaar option, and then continues from there. So the process is very, very simple. It's a very user-friendly process. Does not take much time at all for them to create DigiLockers and then create the ABC account. Now, these are just the ABC portal also has a very, very user-friendly video tutorial for students to register and create their ABC ID. So these are just snapshots of the the video tutorial from the ABC portal that I have taken, so that it becomes easy for them to see. This is all a part of the video tutorial. Okay. Now, in terms of the practical aspects of implementation, there are two ways that ABC ID's implementation can be done. One is it can be centrally done by, say, for example, a central section like the controller of examination or the registrar's office in the university. It can be centrally done by the backend data in terms of the student admission, SRN number, registration number, Aadhaar number. All that needs to be collected, and the ABC IDs of all those students can be created through the backend operations. But that would mean a huge, onus on one department, wherein any university would find it very difficult, cumbersome to initiate the ABC registrations of all the students. So ideally, it can be done at the individual level by the students, and it can be monitored, because it is just a 2-minute job when an individual student registers for his ABC ID. What we have done is we have initiated this process at the school level. So it can be done at the department level or at the school level with one coordinator who is identified as one faculty member who is identified as the coordinator of that particular school. Say, for example, the school of EEE electronics or electronics department, or the arts and humanities department, or the school of performing arts. They will have one coordinator who works as the nodal officer. Through the class teachers, the registration of all the students under ABC can be done. It can be done either by, practically speaking, students are very, very techno savvy. They are much ahead of using, ahead of us in terms of using technology. So they wouldn't find it difficult at all. Only thing is, there has to be a good supervising system, monitoring system, to ensure that, for example, the class teacher needs to monitor that all the ABC IDs of his or her class has been created. This can be done, using a simple Google, sheet sent across, wherein the students will be given time to create ABC IDs and then enter their IDs. Or it can also be done at this, at the school level, in terms of identifying one place, maybe a computer lab or something, where slots can be given to the students, and they come in and create the ABC IDs, and the class teacher can write down all the, or make a list of all the ABC IDs. Now, this is going to be mandatory for all the students from the batch 2021 onwards. And this can be done for individual, this method can be followed for individual colleges or individual universities like ours. In case of affiliating universities, either they can opt They can choose to do it for all the colleges that are affiliated to one university, University X, for example. If it has around 100 affiliating colleges under its university, then the university can choose to create create ABC IDs from the backend for all the affiliating colleges, or it can monitor, like at a smaller level we have the class teacher doing it for individual classes. This can be decentralized in terms of the university taking on the supervisory role and identifying one nodal officer from each college to ensure, in turn, will probably work through class teachers and ensure that the ABC IDs are created for all the students. Because once the ABC IDs are created, all the marks cards or the grades or the credits accumulated will have to be documented. Now, in conclusion, ABC is definitely a game changer as far as the landscape of higher education is concerned, because from the learner perspective, this is a game changer in terms of democratizing the entire learning space, like I mentioned earlier. And and very importantly, this allows an individual customized pace of completing education for students, and ensures that the dropout rates are less. For for the national bodies, it is important to ensure that the dropout rates are lower. But when you come down to the grassroots level and look at it from the perspective of an individual learner, this gives an individual learner a huge space to complete his or her education at the pace that suits the learner. Like I mentioned, some unfortunate circumstances can force a student to to give up education, but in this case, the student will have 7 years to get back to education and continue with where he has stopped. And very importantly, it allows multi-disciplinary benefits to students, and particularly students of the learners who are advanced learners, because this can actually take care to ensure that advanced learners can complete courses in the pace that they want to, and very importantly, can take up multiple courses because they have the ability to complete multiple courses. And it also gives them the freedom not to be restricted by a set curriculum. So from all these perspectives, when you see, it's definitely empowering and democratic from the learner perspective. And once the learner becomes the center, once it is learner centric, we all know that automatically the quality of teaching and the quality of teachers will have to go up to cater to this kind of a learner centricity. That's it. That's it from my end. Thank you.